I come. Magic carpet styling. Move like magic excellence. Proof you need reminding. Getting round that losing shop. My word, she back again. You will never end the rain. We keep multiplying. Running through the evidence. There's no denying.
Hi family, and welcome to Spiritual Soul Food. Today I want to get into just talking about how, the majority of us, we do look at January 1st as the new year. And I can say that I'm really grateful for meeting my husband. I don't know, for you that have been on my other channels, you know that my husband passed away in 2022, but he came into my life to pretty much show me my magic, teach me my magic, because I was raised Islamically. And there was just a lot of things that I didn't know about myself, African spirituality, who I am as a goddess. And he came to deliver that to me in ancient times, the African woman. And I have a book called You See It, Cosmic Royalty, that is on Amazon currently. And this book is basically, speaking about, not only, your chakras and how to activate your chakras. It talks about how to plant by the moon cycles. This book is a wealth of knowledge, but I'm into horoscopic astrology. And so, everything that I learned from my husband within the 7 years that we were together, I wrote inside of this book, Cosmic Royalty. The new year. Spring was considered the new year during ancient times. And there's a whole story to how that was changed. Though, you got to think of it, it's kind of crazy that people are beginning the new year during winter, during the coldest season, when they should be resting, when they should be preparing for the rebirth of our planet, which is spring. And so I wanted to get on here and just throw that out here that spring is actually the new year. So for those of you who may feel that you may have ran out of time, during the winter, you are supposed to hibernate, basically. You're supposed to hibernate and make sure that you are planning to give birth to whatever project that you're working on, relationships. But at this time of the year, we are supposed to be resting. And the most that we should be doing is sharpening our tools, our magic, and working on our manifestations. Being that I was raised religiously, Islamically, being that I was raised Islamically, we didn't, celebrate the holidays. And so I really didn't even pay attention to the seasons. I know I didn't like cold seasons, and I knew I liked the warm seasons because I can go outside and play. And so, but at the end of the day, ever since I met my husband, and he was one of the men who had crucified the African woman in ancient times. He was part of that collective that crucified the African woman in ancient times. They crucified anyone that knew their powers. And I speak about this in my book, Cosmic Royalty, how they crucified 9 million women, African women, who knew their powers, who knew how to use herbs and the universe and the elements to, get whatever they wanted. And so we have to know that, during ancient times, there was no Adam and Eve. There was no Adam and Eve. That the African woman was the only being here at one point in time, and she used to have babies through a process called parthenogenesis. And I'm going to do a whole video about that because no one really knows about that, and it's not in our history books. And if you think of the Bible, Genesis is the first book of the Bible. And so the Bible has been changed umpteen times, and the Bible is basically the scriptures and the scrolls of African women, and the Psalms is the prayers of African women. All of Psalms. The Bible is about Black women and Black people, and the Book of Maccabees have been taken out of the Bible. But I know I digressed because I kind of went too far to the left. So at the end of the day, my husband came here to teach me my magic, because in ancient times the men had stolen our magic from us and crucified us on the cross with Jesus having his arms up. That wasn't a man, that was actually a woman. They were crucifying the women who knew their powers. It was the patriarchal energy that was trying to take over the matriarchal energy. There was a decline, there was a fall that happened. And mama's coming for her throne. That's why you see a lot of things happening in the world today, though at the same time my husband came to hand me back my magic. My light just went out. Hold on, you guys. I don't know why it went. My husband was one of the men who usurped the African woman's power. Who he was one of the men who crucified the African woman, and we basically gave them a chance to redeem themselves. And so, because when the African man would pass on after all the horrible things he had done to the African woman, he would get to those pearly gates and he couldn't get in. He was no longer welcomed in the heavenly realms. And so, what you're seeing is a lot of African men coming back to redeem themselves. And a lot of the men who crucified us back in those times, they were homosexuals. And that is why you have all these books in the Bible that are made by men, David, John, Luke. There's no women. Where are the women? Where are the? And so, but basically, that's just another example of how patriarchal energy took over, began to fall into place. They destroyed our temples, they destroyed our shrines. They call it the lost scrolls, but they're actually the scrolls of the African women. They actually called us sibyls. So basically, my husband came to return my magic to me, to show me who I am, because I am a very powerful being. I had no idea that I had all these powers. And what's so funny is, as a child, I used to always say that when people would ask you, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always wanted to be a magician. I always wanted to be a magician, and I always wanted to know magic. It was like I always wanted to do something that was not of the norm. And in ancient times, that is what I was. I knew my magic. I knew how to work with the elements. I knew how to do kitchen magic. I mean, I could make magic. I mean, I could put magic in my food and have my whole family, flourishing. Because I am a kitchen witch. I am a kitchen witch, and I also know how to heal people. So basically, all of the powers of my ancestors have been returned to me. And the powers of your ancestors are returned to you as you heal your bloodline. My bloodline had went through an awful damn lot. They went through a lot, and so I had a lot that I needed to heal within my bloodline. And so, basically, my husband came back because when I met my husband, I was a diehard Muslim. Didn't know anything about anything when it came to African spirituality. I was taught everything about my powers, everything about me being able to see things and being able to travel. Because as a child, I used to travel in my dreams, like not in my dreams, but I would get in my bed and I would lay down and I would fold my blanket in the shape of a pyramid, ironically, and I would travel. I would be in the ether somewhere traveling throughout the ethers, and my husband was actually the first one who was able to um have dialogue with me on what that was, and when we went to Egypt for our honeymoon, there was a guru there who was able to fill me in a little bit more on what that traveling experience was about when I was a child. We're here now to get back on, especially as African women, we're here to get back on that original clock that we used to be on, in regards to doing things by the moon cycle, whether it's planting, knowing that, the New Year's is actually spring, and, get back on a rhythm of our ancestors, get back on the clock of our ancestors. That is what I really wanted to get on this video and speak about. Just to let you guys know that you still have time to plan for the new year, because new year doesn't start until spring. And we're going to get into more about talking about the African woman, and how the African woman is everything. She gave birth to all things that you see on this planet, whether it's Mexican, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, every race, we gave birth to everything. That is why we're so brown, because we carry every race inside of us. We carry that gene that will allow us to give birth to any nationality. And so, we are the kings. We were the original kings. And as the patriarchal energy took over, they reduced us to queens, which actually means concubine or prostitute. So I tell people, don't call me a king. I mean, don't call me a queen. Either call me a king or royalty, or call me by my name. So, but anyway, you guys, yeah. You guys just know that you got plenty of time to plan for the New Year's, because New Year's doesn't start until spring. Let me go ahead and get off of here because I still have to record something for my other channel, which is called Get the Tea on Me Royalty. Get the Tea on Me Royalty. That is my other channel. So if you just want to know what's going on in my daily life, businesses that I'm building on, I'm actually about to put out 2 more books. So I have 7 books on Amazon right now. The last one that I put out was a vegan cookbook. I am vegan, have been vegan for 6 years, and yeah, I got a lot of things that I'm about to be doing in my life, so I'm gonna take you guys on that journey with me. I would ask that you like, comment, and subscribe to this videos just so I can get the algorithms going for my channels. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Comment in the section below and let me know what it is you would like for me to speak about. And when it comes to spirituality, we can actually do lives once I get enough followers. So yeah, I have like 4 channels up, and I might as well tell tell you guys the name of those channels. So my vegan channel that I have up is called A Vegan Womb Is a Magical Womb, like your womb. A Vegan Womb Is a Magical Womb. And then I have this channel called Spiritual Soul Food. And then I also have a channel called We Are Royalty 101, which is celebrity news. And I just talk about celebrities. I actually defend them, and I lift them up. And if someone's being bullied, I talk about that, but it's all about industry people. And that's We Are Royalty 101. And then last but not least, I have Get the Tea on Me Royalty. And so those are my channels. I'm going to begin putting the links on each channel so that you guys can just go to them. Though, yeah, please support me. I'm just going to ask that you support me, so that this channel can actually grow. It is a spiritual channel, and as I said before, I've went through a lot. I have transitioned from Islam to African spirituality, so there has been a lot that has happened in between that time that I would love to share with you. If you're starting your spiritual journey, I would love to hear about it, because at the end of the day, you guys, we have to take care of each other. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video saying, as above, so below, as within, so without. Take care of yourself, family. Ashe.
Oh, Broogadabra, here I come. Magic carpet styling. Move like magic excellence. Proof unique reminding. Getting round and losing sharp. Uma worchi back again. You will never end the rain. We keep multiplying. Running through the evidence. There's no denying.